Alright, and we're rolling. Cool. Probably my ass was again in the camera. Alright, so the topic of today's video is rather important, and today we will be discussing how to make the first step for controlling your body, your urges, your animalistic nature. Today I will be talking about how to quit, or at the very least, minimize acts of masturbation so they will no longer disturb and hinder you from controlling yourself and controlling your life flow. Alright, the first step. Usually masturbation is a habit of same spot, same place. So if it happens in your room where nobody can see you, the thing I did for myself, for example, I just tried to spend most of my day outside. I'm a student, I'm studying currently, so instead of studying in my room at home, I would rather go to university bibliotheques or some learning places we have scattered all across our city. So yeah, it will not only will let you help fighting and some kind of also forgetting that this urge exists, but it also can increase and boost your social skills. I mean, socialness overall, so to speak. Yeah. So again, I will repeat. Just try to spend as low, as tiny amount of time as possible at the places where this happens. Yeah, where you let this happen to you. Alright. So second step would be grayscaling or your devices. So currently I'm filming on my phone, and my phone is totally grayscaled. My working laptop, is also grayscaled. This PC is not grayscaled because I'm using it for editing my videos and I need color. Currently it's not grayscaled. When I work, I read some texts and even watch some videos, it's grayscaled. Yeah. So the purpose of it is to spend as less time as possible on a screen, because usually it happens when people are idle and just scrolling through their phones, maybe tablets, etc., through their gadgets, like on Instagram, this discovery page, or TikTok. Never had one actually. Anyway, yeah, so this step is ultimately a base for the third step. The third step would be deinstall TikTok, deinstall Instagram. I do not care if you use Instagram for chat. Overall, just ask people for their phone numbers and go chat in WhatsApp or Telegram, places for legit for chatting and not for wasting your time. Delete TikTok and Instagram if you're ultimately not a creator. So the less opportunity to deceive yourself you have, the less chances would be that you will fall for this vice. Okay, the fourth step is rather a method, and you can treat it as a game, so to speak. People who go in a gym, they are more or less familiar with the concept of progressive overload, when people progressively increase the amount of repetitions or weight that they lift in a gym within each week, so to speak, or within each session. Yeah, depends on the person. What we will try here to recreate would be a reversed thing. So we will be trying to progressively deload, yeah, the times when masturbation happens. For example, if you're a person that used to masturbate every single day, twice maybe, already very scary actually, you can try to create the distances between the sessions and increase the longevity of the distances throughout the time. So for example, if it happens for you every day, next day you say, alright, we will make 1 day pause, then relapse, and again, like from now on, let's say 2 day pause, from now on 3 day pause, and etc, and etc, etc. So like within the course of 7 to 8 months, yeah, it will take time. Be prepared, of course, as any self-improvement habit, very important as this one. It will take a lot of time, but it's still less than to spend rest of your life in the misery that disability to control those self can create. Yeah. So again, increase the distances, intervals between relapses as long as possible. Of course, relapses can happen when they're not planned, and the last productive thing you can do is to fall in despair. Never fall in despair at that point. It happens, you're on the right track, just keep progressing. Keep progressing. Just don't forget about this. So again, let's repeat those 4 steps. First, spend as less time as possible in places when masturbation happens, or you let it happen to you. Second, grayscale all your gadgets and try to spend as less time as possible on screen time. Third, deinstall any application that disturbs you. Namely, YouTube also falls into this category, like with all those models in bikinis and etc. Shit. Instagram, TikTok, unnecessary, garbage. Just rather spend your time doing something more palpable, more wholesome. Fourth one would be, again, just progressive deloaded. Increase the intervals between relapses and try to bring it to 0. Yeah, our ultimate goal is 0. So set the course towards this North Star, so to speak. And yeah, try to decrease it. So I will quickly say and emphasize my thoughts on masturbation if you're interested. If not, that was all. So thank you for watching, and you're free now. Why? I personally do not masturbate, or prefer not to, even if the urge arises. The very reason for that is it creates comfort, and this comfort is excessive. I suppose a man, or at least me, I don't need that much of a comfort in order to be able to accomplish my goals. It just takes my time, the most valuable resource that I cannot restore by any means. I cannot buy it, I cannot steal it, I cannot create more time for me. I just live my life, and who knows when I will be dead. Yeah. So rather not to spend that time on something that will not bring me, maybe not joy, maybe not happiness, but at least feel of purpose in my life. I would rather spend this time fighting this urge, which is already sounds wholesome and purposeful, at least for me, rather than just, gooning. Yeah. And it's also a way of leading your life, choosing instant gratification over some long-term plans, bro, not a good strategy, not a good choice, because nowadays we're able to live up to 100 years if we will take proper care of our bodies and our minds. It's more than possible. Our parents already can live up to 100 years, yeah? So it's a reality. And imagine which heritage you and I, we all can leave behind, yeah? If we will not spend this time trying to escape from reality. Maybe somebody needs this, escapism, yeah? Because their life is shit and tough as hard. Right? But still, actually, the people whose life is much harder, they usually tend not to escape the reality, but rather improve it. So what are you waiting for then, huh? You have hands that are properly functioning, legs, head is also working good at that point, yeah? Eyes, ears, you can see, you can hear, you can do something with this gorgeous, have you ever spent a second in your life thinking that actually it takes, we don't possess, as humanity, we don't possess such technologies that can actually fully and completely substitute our arms as fully and properly functioning limbs. We just don't have those technologies right now. Imagine, yeah? And still those arms of yours, they're idle. Why they're idle? Why? Why they are idle? Please, for the love of God and for your sake, for your own sake, keep moving toward your goals, ultimate goals. Keep pursuing your dreams. Don't let anything disturb and hinder you on this path. And if you fall, please rise again for the better future. For you, for your family, for your friends. Because again, conquering lust, it's the first step on acquiring control over yourself. And when you are controlling yourself, you ultimately control your life. Thank you for your attention. Video could be a little bit like non-structured, but I'm trying to do it without any plot, any written papers, from which I will read or something like that. I just tell you what I have in my mind, on my mind. Yeah. So thank you for your attention. Thank you that you watched it till the end. I hope I will meet you next time. Ciao.